Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
What the left touches, it destroys. Make no mistake about it. Everybody, welcome. Kevin Jackson here. It's the Kevin Jackson Show. KJRadio.com, 844-551-8255. Look, we've got a ton to talk about. We've already been talking about a lot of it early in the broadcast. If you do want to get to that, you can go to KJRadio.com, where it's all there on demand anytime you want it. You want to listen live, you can certainly go there. We are expanding the show too. We'll start posting a little bit more about where we've got new markets and things like that. But honestly, KJRadio.com is where you're going to get a lot of information about us. So we've been obviously focused on the NFL, and rightfully so. This is a huge story, bigger than you can possibly know. The left is already strategizing against you. They think that they've got this new thing that says Donald Trump is a racist. Look at what he's doing. He's going after these black athletes. They believe that's going to sell over patriotism for the country. Now, let me tell you, go another decade in what we were doing with leftism, and there's no question about it, they would have won. You thwarted that. They don't. Do they still say the Pledge of Allegiance or do anything patriotic in classes in the morning anymore? I don't know very many schools that do. It's usually rural schools that do things like that. Inner city schools, they don't care about America or whatever. Black kids are taught to hate this country. Trust me on this. I know it probably vexes many of you. Kevin, come on, tell me that's not so. It is so. They're taught to hate the country. They're taught to hate you because you're white. They're taught to feel less about themselves, which build resentment. Think about how much resentment it would be if you say, yeah, that dude over there, he's better than you. And you're like, what do you mean he's better? He's just better than you. I don't know how you can say that. It's true. And you'd see him and go, I don't get it. I don't know why people always say you're better than I am. What's up with that? He'd be like, I don't know. You know? But that's the way resentment builds. And so you've got a 20 years, more than that, 40, 50 years of people telling black people, white people are better than y'all. You're like, what do you mean? I don't get it. Just because they white? Yeah, they're better than you are, Kevin. Well, I don't believe you. You better believe it, black boy. You know, they got all the advantages. And in the old days, my grandmother would say to me, Kevin, they have advantages, but you can overcome them. See, here's how you overcome it. You be better. You got to be tougher. You got to be stronger. You got to be, smarter. And I'd be like, really, Grandma? I call her Muddy. I was like, really, Muddy? She's like, yeah. Now you can do it, but it's going to take some work. Now, really? I'm ready to work. Let's do it. Can't let them white people be better than me. And I just went after it. Not in a racist way. It was like, y'all gave me competition. Quick story. We moved to a little town called Brady, Texas. I'd been educated at Tynan Elementary School in San Antonio. We moved to Brady. All right. And I think the second day of class, maybe it was the first day of class. No lie. I come into class and it was the first day of class. I come into class, I sit down, and the teacher is doing this math quiz, and the kid gets up behind the chair, and the teacher had flashcards. And she'd throw up a multiplication, 3 times 6. 14. No, I'm kidding. Messing with y'all. 18. So she would flash the card up, and you'd have to, give the answer. And whoever gave the answer the quickest would change chair. So if behind the chair were slower than the person in the chair got up, you sat down in that chair, and then you continued going around the room till somebody was faster than you. So I come in and I sit down. She's like, well, my math teacher's like, well, pull up a chair. And so I pulled up a chair and I'm looking around, and she goes, well, you might not want to participate in this. And I go, sure, no problem. So I watched this kids, went through, and, we had, 25 kids in the room, and they'd go through about 4 or 5 and then finally lose, 4 or 5, finally lose, 4 or 5, finally lose, got to me and lost. So I'm up. And I'm standing behind people, and she's pulling up the cards, 9 times 7, 63, 8 times 2, 16. And I go through that entire class. And so it gets ready to start over, and the teacher just kind of goes, okay, and puts the cards away. I'll never forget that. Anybody that's one of my classmates, call the show. Sheila listens, Joel, a lot of you. Tell my listeners if that's a true story. I went through that entire class. Now look, it's multiplication, big deal. But I'm just telling you, the entire class couldn't beat me. And I didn't even have a sense of pride about it. You know, it wasn't like, yeah, I went through all you white boys and white girls. It wasn't like that at all. In fact, it was like, all right, next game. Because it had been ingrained in me. You got to be smart. Look, my grandmother brought home, it wasn't. It was my mom. Was it my mom? Somebody gave my mother a bunch of books. My mother died when I was roughly 5 years old. They gave my mother a bunch of books. And I'll never forget this. I can see the box of books right now, and I'm going through it. I'm like inquisitive. My brother's over in the corner playing with something else. And I pick up one of these books, and it's a math book. And I'm reading the book, and I go, wonder what this is. And so I started working the problems. Well, I went to my cousin Nita, and I said, what is this symbol, less than equal to? I didn't know what that, less than or greater than. And so she said, oh, it's less than or greater than. And I went, oh, well, how do you do it? And she goes, well, if the number's greater than this. And I went, because I'd done it all wrong. I was guessing. So I went back through that entire book, and I did all the less than, greater than. The equal tos are obviously easy. And then it had a series of math workbooks. I was 4 years old doing this. So by the time I got to this school, I was eminently prepared, to do my business. And I did. And I'm proud of that moment now, but I promise you, in the moment, it was like, what else y'all got? School was easy. And it wasn't because of the school I went to. I mean, it wasn't a bad school. I don't remember learning a ton, but it wasn't bad, the elementary school I went to. But the learning occurred because I did it. And I remembered my grandmother saying, you're going to have to be better. When I ran, it was like, you're going to have to be faster. Okay, I'll be faster. I'll train harder. I'll do more. It's the same thing that goes on in this industry right now. I don't think of it, I got to be better than the white boys that are doing politics or political punditry, but I look at it as you got to be the best you can be. And we strive for that every single day. Anyway, got a lot to talk about. Man, Barack Obama was due to make a statement about the kneelers, but we're told to expect that statement as soon as he figures out how to make it about him. So we'll get back to you on that. The new Apple phone's out. We're going to also cover the Dallas Cowboys, Villanueva again, and Roethlisberger, private emails. Lots to talk about.
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.
Beth Cook Moranville, author of Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope.
Hope, that wonderful, wonderful four-letter word that you may feel completely out of. I wrote this book to give you great hope. It's not too late. If fetal position is an all too familiar place for you, I understand. If the next 60 seconds are too long, this book is for you. Wherever you are right now, whether you're dealing with divorce or death or sickness, take hope. You are going to make it through this pain. Don't roll your eyes. I've walked this road and I know it. The best is yet to come.
Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope from author and speaker Beth Cook Moranville, can be found on Amazon.com or Kindle.com. For more information, visit closerthanyourBreath.com or on Facebook at Closer Than Your Breath.